Hey, good morning. Let's do a quick smear hack and a little mix of a Renaissance and cotton candy. Kind of toning down Renaissance. So smear hack is like one of my go-to ways, super fast and easy. We're gonna use our hands, we're gonna smear in our colors and our paint by number spots, blend it up, and be ready to go. So I'm taking that contour, I'm smearing that at the top of the forehead, finding my cheekbone, putting that right on your cheekbone, slightly above, putting more over here, taking some under my jaw. So if you have a little bit of gels you want to hide, go ahead and put it there. You don't have to, kind of an optional spot. And I'm going to do my nose contour last. Next, I'm going to go into my main highlight shade, which is that color closest to the skin. I'm smearing that right underneath that contour line, taking that right underneath this contour line, putting this in the bottom half of my face, aka your beard area. This is super fast and easy. Putting this on the bottom half of my nose, where I have lots of discoloration, underneath the center of my eye. Again, where I have lots of discoloration, and that's it for this color. So last but not least, going into my brightening highlight and putting that in between my eyebrows and above, down the center of the nose, outer corner of the eye, inner corner of the eye. You can put this color on your lids to kind of blend in any discoloration. And that's it. You can put some here if you want, put some here if you want. We're gonna blend that in with our blush and bronzer brush, small side. So I'm just pushing this into my skin and blending, and these colors will meet the next color and create that nice thin layer of makeup. So just pushing. Anytime you're working with a dense brush, you're not gonna wanna swirl, you're gonna wanna push, and that is going to help spread these colors out. If you're using something a little bit wispier, like the shape brush or the big side of this brush, you can do a little bit more of a swirl. Otherwise, I would not recommend that. So pushing that in, spreading that out, and then we're gonna do our contour. I'm gonna start with my jawline, so don't forget that. We're gonna kind of buff that in, and we're gonna pull that down. We're gonna flick up our cheek contour, just kind of catching the edge, rotating back towards the hairline. Again, flicking up, pulling back, and then forehead contour. I like to kind of do a little circular motion, spreading that out, kind of diffusing that line. So I like to kind of go back and forth and then pull it towards your hairline. If you have light hair, go ahead and pull your hair back as you're blending so you do not get it in your light hair. So I'm going back into my contour with my ring finger. I'm going to smush that with my other ring finger. I'm going to meet that on my nose and I'm going to drag down. It's kind of this foolproof way to apply it evenly. So I'm tapping that in, kind of using the edges and just kind of pulling towards the center. I'm not using a lot of pressure here, just kind of tapping, and that's gonna help spread it out. All right, and then of course I always like to go back into my brightening highlight, just a touch on my ring finger, and run that right back down the center. Tapping that in, kind of bouncing that off. And that's it. So let's do a little, I fill out my eyebrows because I need it. And then we're gonna mix Renaissance with cotton candy. So Renaissance obviously is a very dark, bold wine color. Some people like that. Some people it's just too much. So we're gonna tone it down with some cotton candy. Using my line brush here and a little coal matte shadow. Okay, so Renaissance, whoop, whoop. Super, super matte wine shade. Cotton candy, very, very light pink. So we're gonna mix the two together. I'm gonna use my multitasker brush, kind of the big end, I'm gonna kind of load my brush with Renaissance, and I'm gonna go into my cotton candy kind of on the edge and put some there. So I'm gonna mix the two together on my hand, which is going to create kind of a dusty rose. So very pretty color. Again, you're gonna adjust this as you want. You can add a little bit more Renaissance. If you want it darker, you can add a little bit more cotton candy if you want it lighter. But because they're both matte, you get this really pretty matte, light, kind of dusty rose is what I think it is. And then for the cheeks, you can do kind of a little mix too. So I'm gonna use my shape brush, fluffy end, and I'm literally gonna kind of tap into both. One tap, so tapping that lightly above that contour line. I'm gonna just kind of swirl that in because this is a little bit wispy of a brush. So tap, tap, not a lot of pressure, tapping that above that contour line. So you can always mix your cheek colors together on your cheeks, which makes everything super customizable and you get a lot more looks. So I'm taking a little bit more of that Renaissance. I'm gonna line my lips just to kind of make that a little bit more defined right at the curves. If you want a little bit gloss, you can always tap into a lip conditioner and tap that on, and that's it. So make that third shade by buying these two colors and creating your own custom blend, toning it down, tap a little bit into chai and put a little bit at my crease. And it's a super pretty muted matte shade. These will be available, I think, till June. I'm not sure on the date. You do have some time, but it is until supplies last. So if you want one of these, grab them up. Add a little bit of sparkle. Let's do Aries because it's right here on my inner corner. Just using the small side of my eyeshadow brush. That's it. Have a great day. Try the Smear HAC. Mix those two shades together and don't miss out. Have a great Friday.